Babies, you like to another video with your boy Alex, and we're back again with another clip. Today, we're gonna be breaking down the Safaree and Erica Mena situation and how is this a cautionary tale for why you need to be careful about the women you choose to have children by. So, without further ado, if you want one-on-one consultation, link will be in the description and pinned in the first comments. If you want to join the Discord, link will be in the description. We can waste some more time. Let's go straight into it.
I don't even know where to start. But I'm putting everything out there because the fact that people, even whether you know me or not, there still has to be like a certain level of common sense when it comes to just being a judge of character. And this has nothing to do with TV at all, none of that. Like this is real life because kids are involved. And this deadbeat narrative, it's like, it's just so jarring to me. It does give me a headache sometimes, but then, I'm pretty good at just brushing things off. But, people who know me and especially know my situation, they're like, yo, how long are you gonna stay quiet? And I just, I be sparing people. And then at the same time, it's like, yo, it's nobody's business, but I feel like everybody just feels like they know my business. And if it's reported, it's news and that it's the truth and it's real. But I'm pretty sure that, there's some men out there who could relate to this. And when it comes to being a father in a co-parenting situation where somebody wants to have full control of every single thing and they can't have control, it's just not gonna be a easy transition. Especially when, the other person is just used to it being one way or very controlling or still wanting the whole family dynamic and it's not there anymore. But I love my kids. And it's gotten to the point that I have to put myself first because I'm either gonna end up in jail or worse because I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent. When I first moved to Florida, I remember I got a 2-bedroom condo, and the first time I had my kids come over there after my divorce and I started the whole, visitation, and having my kids for the days I was having them.
Y'all see when he's talking about no anger management, um, she's knocking over objects, breaking items. She's breaking items. She's physically abusing this man in front of kids. Bad enough you doing it, right? But you're also doing it in front of your children by this man. So it's like that doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is how you feel in a moment and how you're going to react in a moment. We talk about this all the time. We don't have that luxury as men to be able to retaliate. And then once we come to our senses, everybody's going to brush it off and everybody's just going to give us a pat on the back and be like, yeah, it was okay. I understand it was done in anger. No, that's not how that works. But on the contrary, we see this time and time again with women. They are allowed to get away with next to the impossible, right? They can almost delete a person, right? They can do literally the same thing a man would do, but for some reason or some way, shape, or form, it's somehow justified through the gaze of whoever against the man because he's a man. Make it make sense. Let's keep going.
When my kids first came over in my condo, it made me so depressed because I was like, yo, I felt like they were so confined and I didn't feel good about it. And I said, yo, I gotta get a house. I need a house. I can't have my kids running around in this condo and hurting themselves and it just not being a fit to raise, two children in a co-parenting setup. And I found my house. And I'm gonna be all the way blunt and straight up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this house because of my kids. I got this house for my kids. Seeing my kids be here running around, it's the best feeling, you know? You know, when you have children with somebody who, at the end of the day, it shouldn't even have happened because I should have just noticed certain things when it came to parenting. You know, when you're with someone for 3 years and they have a child and you probably saw the child 3 to 4 times because the child was put off to go live with somebody else. And, you kind of look past it when you don't have kids or you're not thinking about that. I never even was like, yo, why doesn't your son live here? And then when you finally get to have a conversation with the son and find out why, it's crazy. You know, imagine speaking to a child who's of age and knows what's going on. He's 16 years old. And he says, if I ever had to live with my mother, I would kill myself. I wouldn't make that up, you know? And it sucks.
That's wild, man. So, as he's saying, you could pretty much, before a person becomes a parent, you can almost gauge what type of parent they will be if they had children. A lot of the times. Now, sometimes like you'll see qualities, even if they're in a bad predicament or they have done things out of character or out of turn, their true nature, you'd be like, I know they mean good, even though they're in a effed up position or they're in a situation that is kind of like forcing their hand. I know in under the right circumstances that if they had children, they're going to do right by them, right? But then there are people that are just that's innately not good nurturers or parents and should not be parents. But it always seems like the people that should not be parents are having the most kids. Let that sink in. It seems as though the people that are having the most children are not the ones fit to be parenting. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to take a lot of things into account. When you have children, if you're any type of parent, right? Because nobody's a perfect parent, but there's good parents, there's bad parents, and there's one but there's good parents, there's bad parents, and then they're all learning in the same, at the same time. So there's no such thing as a perfect parent, but as long as you know that you are improving and can improve day in and day out, that this will not be, a cookie cutter type of a cookie cutter relationship between you and your children, because you could have children by one person and then you have them turn out completely different. It is all depends. So you can't look at someone else's situation and think that that's how your children, you could do everything right, right? Or everything damn near perfect. And your children still ends up becoming someone that you did not want them to be. Is that your fault? No. As long as you've done everything that was within your power, that's really all that matters. You understand what I'm saying? But going back to the original point, you will and can pretty much tell who will be a good parent and who would not be a good parent. Just how, like Safaree said, based on their demeanor, their character in a day-to-day setting, in a day-to-day basis. Erica Mena, when I see her, she just doesn't seem like the nurturing, motherly type. She's messy, too messy. Always fighting, yelling, hollering, cussing, screaming. Like, I known her from Love and Hip Hop, and that's that's her claim to fame. Safaree used to be Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend, or used to be her boyfriend. Now they're no longer together, but that was pretty much his claim to fame. And then later on, he got introduced into Love and Hip Hop, and he's a musician. He writes for people and stuff like that. But pretty much that's how they or how I know them or where I know them from.
That I gotta like really just run this down because of this smear campaign and somebody who gets such a high on just talking about me and picking and choosing what kids you want to, have on the forefront and get whatever extra attention you get off of it. So I kind of just looked past certain things and thought that, maybe I could help and make things better. But when you aren't with somebody and it doesn't work out and the two of you are just like in a weird space and everything is a fight, especially in front of the kids, like I'm not gonna subject myself to that.
Hit the baby with the...
My kids have never, ever seen me upset. My kids have never heard me yell.
Bitch, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. Yeah, you are too. You've been dead. You've been dead more than I knew you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Nice flow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead. You too, bitch. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because your other two kids are going to be miserable just like you. Oh, fuck all of y'all. Go ahead. Jerk off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All of y'all. Go ahead. All because of you. All because of you. All because of you.
I don't argue. That's just not in me. But, on the other hand, the other side, they don't operate or think the way I do. And when I have my kids and someone is pretty much trying to police and parent and like watch every single thing I'm doing and call, oh, who's there? Whoa, what's going on? It's just so unhealthy, so excessive, to the point where it just creates a lot of issues. Like, you can't pick and choose when it's okay to say, okay, the kids are good, and then if we're not, in a good space, then it's a issue. I've taken my kids to Jamaica. If I was such a bad parent, nobody's gonna let a man take the kids to Jamaica by myself. I didn't have no help, and I don't want a biscuit for it. I did it. It just creates such a level of toxicity that it's better to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with this through the courts, and when this thing gets sorted out how it's supposed to be sorted out, then okay, we'll figure it out. So for the past, few months, that's what I've been dealing with when it came to, looking for lawyers and just trying to figure out this whole thing, because
you see, and nobody really wants to have to go through that, but you forcing his hand at this point. Nobody wants to get the courts involved and having to, do child support and split weekends and, oh, you have to meet me at this place and I'll meet you here and I'll pick them up this time, that time. If you don't abide by this, there could be repercussions involved. Nobody really wants to go that route, or nobody should want to go that route. The two people, parents, right, should have enough decency and cooperation amongst themselves that they could come to a mature, sustainable agreement, regardless of whoever they start seeing or whatever. As long as the children are taken care of at the end of the day, that should be the main objective. But you'll have women that have children by other men, right? Check this out. That are nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found, right? You couldn't take a telescope across the fucking map of the United States and find these men. They're all living a double life somewhere with a whole nother family that started. They left just save game, start a new game with a whole nother woman, right? Playing house. And then you are with this woman now, and you are the pretty much the ideal father, right? Figure. And they give you the hardest fucking time with your children. The one that's actually trying to be there and be the stand-up guy you're supposed to be. They giving them the hardest fucking time. But the other dude, what about him? Right? He gets to do what he wants to do. He gets to go scot-free, right? And just absolve himself from any responsibility. But me, you see, I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do. You get mad with me, and now you trying to hold my kids above me or over me because you know that if it wasn't for these children, your ass will be grass. But let's keep going.
My original standing order for this child support and the visitation and all of that, everything, it originated from Georgia. We moved to Florida. When we moved to Florida, everything has to get transferred over. It just got transferred over like this week. So now I get to find out what this new setup is going to be because I refuse to go to her house to pick up the kids. I refuse. I'm not. It's just too unstable, too unpredictable, and the only way I would do it is either a police precinct or if the kids are somewhere else and I'm picking them up from there. But everything is just done off of spite and being malicious intent on the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that. You know, when people look at me, I don't look like I'm carrying.
She's not even worried about the children. Kids don't got no shoes on. They walking behind her. She's steady breaking things, items. They're like sharp, you know, they break into sharp, fine pieces that could cut them if they step on, you know, that's a hazard for them children or anybody walking barefooted, not paying attention. And we know the kids are, you know, clumsy and they don't really pay attention and stuff like that. She don't give two fucks, bro, at all. She's just worried about why she's pissed and what she's doing in that moment. And even if she was remorseful, sorry only gets you so far. Be careful. Don't be sorry. Be careful. Watch your actions. If you want to be upset, you go take some time by yourself and you go put your ass in a padded room with a straight jacket and you go figure that shit out. But to be breaking my objects and my items and stuff, unnecessary, uncalled for. In front of my children, unnecessary, uncalled for. Slap your dumb ass, bro. That's nasty work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for someone to have that level of anger undealt with is scary. And to have that with children, I'm going to keep reinforcing that, and to have these issues and have children on top of that. Like, unbelievable. I'm so glad this man has cameras because it would be hearsay.
Stress. I don't look like I'm losing weight. I don't look like I'm just harboring so much hate inside me that it physically begins to show. And I'm a father. I'm a grown-ass man. When I have my kids in there with me, they're under my care. They don't have nothing to worry about. So I'm not going to have anybody acting like they need to know every single thing going on. When I was filming Love and HipHop, Miami, and I had my kids here calling, oh, where the kids at? What they do? Oh, you better not be filming with the kids. Oh. First of all, I've never filmed with the kids ever. by myself, I love hip hop. They're not a part of my storyline. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna be in the park pushing the kids, playing, oh yeah, oh, like, of course they wanted to see me film with them, but you know, both parents have to sign off on that, and you know that wasn't happening. And you know, the last instant of when we had a transfer with the kids, it was, she called me and said, hey, I'm in the area, I could save you a trip, I could come pick the kids up, and I'm tired and I don't want to do the drive. And it was like really like early in the morning or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. I let her in, lay down in the kids' room. One of the kids was in there, next to the kids was laying with me in my room. And when she gets up, she's like, she wants to have a conversation with me. I'm like, okay, let's talk. As soon as she starts talking, it's yelling, screaming, all of that. I said, yo, look, I'm not doing that. And if you can't talk to me normally in front of the kids, where the kids don't realize that we're having a discussion about something that we're not agreeing on, then I'm not having it. Oh, I don't give a F, blah, 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 all this yelling, whatever. So I'm like, okay, forget it. Just, you know, you here, pick them up, you can leave. And in my face, all of that, blah, 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 and all that. So I'm like, all right, you don't want to leave. I call the cops. I'm on the phone with the cops. I'm telling them, hey, you know, before this escalates, I would like police presence here because I want her to leave. Filming me calling the cops. Okay, I'm calling the cops, you're filming me. You're the one with the anger management problem just going off. So break stuff up in the house, has the kids running over glass, breaking stuff up outside. After that, I just was like, you know what?
Thank God for cameras, right? Right. That's our only real protection as men. Cameras, surveillance of our homes. Because some of the shit that women do, ain't no fucking way. You can't make the shit up, but they're not gonna believe you, right? They side with these women left and right. And if he didn't have this, you know, to cover his ass, she could have said, for all you know, she could have said that he did that, right? And then there he be in jail. And don't get in the comments and be like, oh no, it's not like that. It is like that. It's always like that. It's been like that. And until men get some more rights, it's gonna be like that. Women really have like all the defense on their side in most situations. Like I said, the mom has to be damn near a crackhead living out of a box. And they still probably got a 50-50 chance of getting in custody.
If I can't pick up my kids in a place that is like a drop-off point or a police precinct, I'm not picking them up because I'm not going to her house ever again in life. My daughter, she has an iPad. I'm blocked on the iPad. My daughter's 4 years old. She doesn't know how to block people. She doesn't even know how to text. Childish, just like BS like that. So I'm like, okay. The next time I got my kids after that, before that, when I went and I was gonna get a restraining order, cause, you know, she's doing stuff like showing up in my crib, 5 o'clock in the morning, pulling out a ladder, hopping the fence.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Stupid ass. Look at her.
Banging on my windows. My son's birthday party was like a month after that. No, like it was a while after that. And then when I went to the party, they said, hey, you want a restraining order, but you went to a party, she was there, so you must not be in that much fear. So I had to drop that case. And this is me having to have 2 different lawyers. So this is 2 separate lawyers for one lawyer for that, and another lawyer for this whole family court thing. And next time I got them, it was for, you know, beginning of the summer. And I was like, yo, I'll keep the kids for the summer. Let me know. My mother and my sister's here. They love being around them. They want to be around them. That's the issue. I can't reach my daughter's iPad. Pickup situation isn't sorted out. So when I finally do get them, I sign them up for summer camp. She gets so mad at me for signing them up for summer camp. There's a summer camp by my house. She lives 40 minutes away from me. Summer camp. I'm like, cool, I got them. Let me at least do that. Because, you know, they were here. And my mother's like, yo, you can't just be having them here playing, whatever. She was like, they need some, you know, structure. Sign them up for summer camp. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I signed them up for the summer camp. I paid for it. I paid $2,000 to put them in summer camp. They went to summer camp for 3 days because she had such an issue with me putting them in summer camp by my house. And it was like, why didn't I talk to her, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I have the kids, they're under my watch and care. I want to put them in a summer camp by me. And I'm gonna show y'all because this, like, I'm not just talking just to talk, but put them in summer camp. This was the first month. This is what it was supposed to do. This is what it's supposed to be. This is the schedule. Summer camp July, boom, boom, boom. The entire month. This was gonna be their schedule for the entire month. This is their lunch schedule. This is one of the things she made for me in one of the days that she was in summer camp. So I'm like, okay, what's wrong with putting the kids in summer camp? And it just was such a control thing, and it created it created so much drama. Oh, drop the kids off. Oh, you putting them in summer camp. Oh, just nothing made absolute any sense. Nothing. Like, it was just such an irate, ignorant conversation, because it's to the point where we don't even speak direct. Like, my house is set up for them. I got their shrine set up. This is for them. This is their area. You walk in, this is Maji's room. Ain't no deadbeat doing this. Deadbeats ain't doing this. My daughter's room is bigger than some adults' rooms. And it's just so insane to me how people just, oh yeah, you're a deadbeat. Yo, I know about real deadbeats. And this situation is all about control. This woman texted a naked picture of me to my mother and my sister because she wanted to let them know that, oh, you and your son, I'm pretty sure you're.
Okay, I'm gonna read this for you guys. Y'all can pause, y'all can read it yourself or whatever. I figure since I know your son is such a liar, and since I know he lies on me and all the time to you and your daughter, just figured I inform you of him being up in my bed last night. It's ironic how he paints me out to be such a hateful monster, but yet won't leave me alone. Draggy?
Son's not telling you what's really going on between us and all of this other nonsense. Okay. Me and you are still, having a relationship, and that's over with. Thank God that's over with. Like, I prayed about that, and there's absolutely nothing physical going on anymore. And you taking naked pictures and sending it to my mother and my sister.
That's nasty
to
work.
do what and prove what? My mother and my sister are the most least problematic people on earth. My mother's not one of those mothers. She's not like a TV mother who's here acting rah-rah and doing a bunch of ignorant nonsense. Like, my mother is so calm and zen, and anyone who knows my mother and my sister and what they do, like my sister and my mom, they are in the holistic field. They're everything about them is zen, herbs, teas, spiritual. And you're sending naked pictures of me to my mother and my sister. For what? And it's like, that's the type of nonsense I have to deal with. I cannot ever pick up my kids in peace. Everything is just long and drawn out. And it's just so unfair that when a woman says something, no matter what, it's like, oh, it's the man's fault. People are like, but you didn't know.
Exactly what I'm talking about, bro. It's like accuse, ask questions later. Whatever she says is law, pretty much. And it's like she feeds off drama. He said he just can't go and pick his children up. There's always has to be something. Something has to be wrong. So it's like she thinks that she's still in, like, on camera, like she's in reality TV or something. Like she can't disconnect TV from reality. No, this is how I conduct yourself as a, you know, a regular functioning adult / parent.
And I'm kind of like, you know what? Well, I thought I could make somebody not be just like as angry. But then when things just started like going sour and not working out, it just became it's just not even realistic to deal with. I saw somebody say one time and I totally felt it. And if you're a father, I know you could relate to this. And it's like, they're like, yo, when you're dealing with a woman who makes you being a parent, they just make it so hard. It is so draining dealing with someone who's trying to draw you out, someone who wants a reaction from you, someone who talks about you nonstop because they want a reaction. I'm not one of those people. I don't care about people liking me and caring and proving my point. Like, hey guys, look, no, this isn't true. This is what's really happening. People who know me, my mouth has been quiet for years. I don't say nothing. It's just so draining. Like everything about it. Like her own family is going after her for child support because she doesn't do anything to help her son. So then to try to make it seem like I'm some deadbeat and I'm not trying to be there for my kids, I would love to be there for my kids, but it would be nice for you to get out the way. Let me be a father. Let me take my kids and go wherever I want with them. My kids are never in danger. They don't ever have to worry about nothing. This is not about money. This is not about child support. My kids love me.
But
Mommy missed. She was missing you. She was looking for you.
I just want to say, like, you know, doing shit like this don't benefit me. This don't help me. Like, I don't like this kind of attention. That's why I usually never say anything. But this thing has been going on for so long that it's like, how much longer am I gonna let ish slide? You know, it's so much. It's just so much.
Like the parent, you know, can only manipulate a child if the other parent is actually an upstanding parent and actually doing right by their children. There's only so long that the parent can manipulate that child and make it seem like it's the upstanding parent's fault. They will eventually figure it out. Like, damn, maybe I've been lied to this entire time. Maybe it is not my dad's fault, my mom's fault. You understand what I'm saying? And eventually it's gonna backfire on them. So if the person is in the child's life and they no longer want to be around you or don't want to deal with your nonsense, let that shit fly. Let them be a parent and let them be great at it. You understand what I'm saying? Because all the extra stuff in the end doesn't serve anybody and no, it doesn't serve anybody at the end of the day. Nobody's getting any. The only thing you're probably gonna get is a little publicity, and it's not even the right publicity, right? That's the only thing that you're ever gonna get from being vindictive and being hateful for no good reason.
Much things to list and name. Like, I would have to sit there with a pen and pad and write down every single incident and all that, but I don't. I'm doing this one time only. Like, but it's just a lot of corny shit. All the fake Instagram pages, harassing my mother, harassing my sister. If I'm talking to a girl, all of a sudden the girl starts getting harassed from the same fake Instagram names. And it's like, yo, it takes so much energy to like be like that. And I don't have that type of energy. Even doing this right now is giving me such a headache. And I'm not the kind of person to get headaches. My head is pounding right now just talking about all this. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna let, you know, God is gonna do what God is gonna do. And that's gonna be that. Like, this ain't no, it's not a storyline. I'm not on Love and Hip Hop. This is my real life right now. I'm tired. You know, I heard somebody one time say, like, when you go through things in life, nothing stays the same, nothing lasts forever. And that's kind of how I've been dealing with this. Like, you know, even with as long as I've, you know, not seen my kids, because, you know, whether it's right or wrong, I'm just standing on, yo, I'm not going to your house to pick up the kids. I don't, precinct or somebody from your family's house
All right, we got another message here. Hey, Lisa Ninja Turtle. BB told me you have the kids. Let me know about me picking them up. I've been asking about them and trying to call Mahi, is that how you pronounce it? iPad, but I must be blocked on it. Unblock me if you can do it. If you can on it. I know Mahi doesn't know how to block me, and I'm sure you want some time to yourself. I wanted to keep them for a month, but I'm not playing any kitty games about it.
I don't have no issue with going over there, and that's that. But like, I'm not putting myself in any position to crash out, potentially snap, lose my, like, come on, because there's people who be in situations like this. Everyone's not able to like be this cool. This shit is draining. When you get to a certain age in life, like, yo, drama and just all of this corny nonsense and fighting and arguing on the internet, putting your personal business on the internet, on social media, to people who don't, like, yo, I don't want no one to feel sorry for me. I don't need sympathy. I don't need pity. I don't care about none of that from nobody. I know at the end of the day what's going on, and that's that. I'm just dealing with someone who doesn't deal with logic. They deal with their way or no way. And if it's not their way, you're gonna get harassed. And I don't got time, yo, I don't care what nobody's doing. I'm not harassing you. You DMing girls that I was talking to and telling them shit and sending, it's like, yo, it's corny. Yo. I did that once. And when I did it, I didn't send pictures and videos and say, yo, look, this is what's happening. I just was like, yo, I want to talk to you because I like on some, hey, look, if this is who you dealing with, I just want to let you know that this is what's happening. And if y'all are dealing, then leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't really about that. I'm just trying to have my time and my setup with my kids. My mother and my sister would love for me to bring them to New York and spend some time with them there. And it's just nothing is easy. Everything is a fight. And I don't fight, I don't argue, it's draining. I'm not doing it. So when all this court stuff is said and done, it is what it is. This is not about child support. So this thing ain't about, it's not about money. It's way bigger than that. It's about, let me be a father, stay out the way, and that's it. Stop trying to act like you don't care when you do care. Stop harassing my mother, stop harassing my sister, stop harassing anyone that's close to me. And this is not to bash, this is just the truth. This is just what it is. So that narrative that everyone just thinks is so cool to run, like, you use common sense. If I haven't seen my...
And that's the thing too, like you said, let me be a father and stay out the way. So, like, for that period until the courts gets everything resolved, you're gonna not be able to get your children or see your children for a period of time. And that stuff can take what, months? I know a lot of the stuff that get handled with the courts, it take many weeks, many months, maybe years, depending on, you know, how backed up they are and um how each person is willing to accommodate each other. You see what I'm saying? So this could take a long time. And I understand that I am, like he says, I'm willing to be a father, but it's not going to be at your expense. It's not going to be when you want me to be a father. I'm going to be a father all the time. And if I can't, then guess what? I'm just not going to be able to see my children until we can get this figured out, because anytime that I try to get my children, there's always some type of interference. So if I'm gonna have to go through this every time I have to come see pick my children up or whatever, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take some time and not see my children for this period until we get this resolved. Because that's much better than me coming and trying to, you know, interject myself, coming to your home, picking my children up, and then there potentially being a dispute about something nonsensical. So
Kids, there is a reason. And this is the reason. You're going to see it. You're going to see everything.
man, look at this nut, man. Look at this nut. Just look at this shit, man. Dumb shit. She got a ladder. Where the fuck she get a ladder from, bro? Did she steal it? Because I know she's not doing construction. And she's not doing no climbing. Well, she is right now, but not on a regular basis. She stole a ladder from somebody's yard. Look at it. Look, look, look. Look at this crazy ass. Look, just follow him around. Just all in this man's house. Just so nervy, bruh. Look, look, hit the baby with the bags. Just knocking shit over. Look, 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 look. You see all the pieces flying, and look, no shoes. No shoes. Let's go on zoom in real quick.
Have you ever been out on a date?
But it's like, you know, thank God for surveillance. And I recommend any man that are dealing with women on a regular basis to have surveillance around their home and inside of their home. And, you know, disclose that to them, that you have this for your safety, because women can often see successful men that got things going for themselves, men that no longer want to deal with them for whatever reason as a target, right? And they can spin a narrative on you and have you hemmed up and have you drug every which way but loose. And the only thing that would have saved you was to have some type of video evidence and proof, right? So this is almost a must. Like, I wouldn't even be dealing with females without any type of surveillance. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, just make sure you let them know, like, look, I'm monitoring my home. This is for my safety. Me and your safety at that. You understand what I'm saying? So that I can cover myself, so to speak. And yeah, Erica, that lady she really needs help. She needs an intervention. She needs to be admitted it. Right, admitted it. She needs to be admitted for some time until she gets herself to a healthy functioning level to be a parent, right? Because right now, that is not it. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know. But I do know one thing though. Make sure I get a comment section. Let me know what y'all feel about that. Was Safaree right? Was he right? Or are you more on leaning on Erica's side? Or are they both wrong? Let me know. Make sure I dine y'all across your T's. It's your boy Alex. I'll catch y'all in the next one.